Hey, good people. Hey, this is Kisa, Coach K. Hey, welcome today. Welcome in, welcome in. Listen, you hear a lot of noise in the background because I'm actually in a coffee shop today on this Saturday, but it is an absolutely beautiful and scenic shop. And I'm so hoping that you can hear me today. I'm so hoping that you can because there's so much going on here today. But I just wanted to let you know and just say to you today that we have seen so much going on the past couple of weeks. And in fact, I would say that we have seen some narcissism on full display. So the question that I would have for you is, how have you all been holding up all week? So here's what I'm going to do. I see my volume control right here. I'm hoping that you all can actually hear me. Let me see it here. Let me see if I can actually hear what's going on here. And actually, I can. Yeah, actually, it's pretty doggone good. Okay. Yeah, actually. So anyway, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep it moving, and I just wanted to say, y'all, happy Saturday. Hope your day is going great. Welcome to my channel in which we deal with narcissism and those who are narcissistic. I am at one of my favorite coffee shops in the Birmingham area on a Saturday. And I'm just determined I'm going to start hanging out with you all on Saturdays and talk about all things narcissistic, right? I'm just determined I'm going to hang out. Look, I'm putting a little powder on to get rid of the shine and all that kind of great stuff. But we have certainly just seen a lot of challenges, I would say, over the past couple of weeks. A lot of challenges in our community, especially as it relates to women in relationships. And what I would say, not being protected by their partners. It is how can I say it to you? It is a tough thing to say. It's a tough thing to have to deal with. I would just say that, it's realistic with what we see. Meaning that, I look at women who are in relationships and who are depending on their partners and who are depending on their spouses to protect them. And that's not happening. Like we are in some serious times, I would say. Oh Lord, stop sharing that. We are in some serious times. I'm seeing how all of this works, if that makes sense to you. I'm trying to share it to another platform, but I am determined that I am going to learn how to utilize this YouTube platform. I am determined that I am going to do that. But anyway, just on here talking live. And if you don't follow my YouTube channel, I'm always posting items, always talking about narcissism and just its effect on our community and just the signs of it. What does it look like? Because I'm really on a mission to help protect women. And I would just say my mission is twofold, because not only do I want to just protect women, but, for the gentlemen who perpetuate this as well, you want to make sure that you're providing them wisdom, information, and a space to at least be heard so they will be able to get the help that they need. Y'all, I multitask, so I hope that doesn't bother you too much. But anyway, I'm in this coffee shop, and clearly there's so much noise going on. I'm trying to make sure, just trying to make sure that I can hear myself and I can understand what's going on with all the noise in the background on YouTube this morning. Let me go back because I want to make sure I'm actually trying to share it. So just on this platform and just sharing, just talking. and thinking through some things, y'all, because to me, in my opinion, it's really just been a really tough week, I would say. I think it's been a real tough week for us. I think it's been a real tough week for our country. I think it's been a really tough week, if I'm honest, for some African American women. I think it's just been really tough. Um, so I just want to say I'm multitasking, y'all. So sometimes it gets a little fun trying to multitask if that doesn't make sense. If that makes sense. Um, I'll look at that. I'll look at you later on Twitter about the discount on premium Twitter. But anyway, how are you all hanging in there? Maybe that should be my question to you all. How are you all hanging in there? This is sort of how I spend my Saturday mornings. It gives me an opportunity to decompress. It gives me an opportunity. Um, Narcissism on full display. Talk back. All right. So anyway, we are talking, and what are we doing? Verify post successful. Post get video. We're not going to do that, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing about two or three different things, um, dealing with two or three different things at the same time. So just wanted to let you know that I'm just thinking about it, and I'm particularly thinking about African American women who have been impacted and who have been hurt and or killed, at the hands of their partners. And the question I think that I would have for you today is because the mistake that I think sometimes I have made in this is not thinking that it's my issue because, and it's not, if I'm really honest about it, because I'm like, that's somebody else's issue. I'm not going to deal with that. But what I have seen is I've seen women who are successful. I've seen women who appear to have it all together. And these women don't. I mean, they don't. That is the best way that I can kind of say that they don't have it all together, y'all. They don't. Successful women. You've got this influencer who people are wondering if her lover, her boyfriend, her fiance, if he unalived her. If he did something dreadful to her. We know that her. Apparently, the latest in that is that her father had gone over to Tanzania and has brought her back to the U.S. Okay, trying to be real careful with my words, right, on these social media platforms. So apparently, that is the latest with that. But still, the question that I ask myself, friends, is what can I do to be able to help? And so the role that I take right now, to me, it seems like we're watching out narcissism on full display. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it is a time in which people who are selfish, who have evil intent toward others, in which they're willing, in no unequivocal terms, friends, in no unequivocal terms, to do harm or to cause detriment to those who do not do exactly as they want. That behavior is one of the hallmark behaviors of narcissism because a narcissist is ultimately an individual who wants to control another individual. A narcissist is someone who ultimately wants to have it their way, right? For the narcissist, it's always Burger King. It's always a Burger King day. It's always, I've got to have it my way. It's always, you're going to do what I want you to do. You're going to say what I want you to say. And if you don't, there will be consequences. That is the hallmark of the narcissistic lifestyle. So you've got the case of the influencer. She's in Tanzania. And we think, God, she has it all. For years, people have probably envied her lifestyle. Like, man, she has it all. She made it out. One decision, one day, one trip, one fight. She just had a fight apparently with her boyfriend and is no more. I look at the woman who was the spouse of the former West Virginia lieutenant governor. One fight, they had apparently this person, understand, who had climbed the ladder politically, who had climbed the ladder in so many endeavors. Apparently one fight, and he just had enough. He couldn't see a way out, and he didn't want her to be able to see a way out. Y'all, these are interesting times. Narcissism on full display. You have the gentleman who, and I think for me right now, this is just kind of good to kind of decompress. I think that's why this is good for me. I'm going to move my chair a little bit because I get to kind of decompress and kind of think through what we've seen and what we have experienced in the community. You have the gentleman who's out of Louisiana, Shreveport. This gentleman, how do you do harm to that which came from you? How do you do that? How do you do that? Where is the playbook? Where is the understanding? You all have to give me understanding, because I don't understand that. As someone who has not been able to, or has not had children, to go through and have children and then cause them harm, that's crazy work to me. I would rather give them to someone. I would rather arrange for them to be with someone who would take care of them. But for me to do physical harm or otherwise to something that I brought in the world that came from me, that's crazy work. And ultimately, just as I said that, what came to me was that he cared nothing about himself. So when you care nothing about yourself, you certainly don't care about anyone else. You certainly don't. So the only thing I can say is that this is a person who could care less about himself. This is a person who was either angry at himself. This is a person who just cared nothing about him. Just didn't care anything about himself at all, is what I'm saying to you. So we have certainly seen it on full display. I don't know that I have any answers, meaning I'm making observations, but I don't know that I have answers. The only thing that I have right now is just some thoughts and just, again, making observations about what I'm seeing. And I'm so disappointed, y'all. I'm so disappointed. But here's the thing that you have to know about the narcissist. Here's the thing you need to know about the narcissist. The narcissist always has a good image out there, okay? The narcissist always has a good image outward facing. To other people, the narcissist is not an issue. What are you talking about? What do you mean that they're doing X, Y, and Z? What do you mean? What are you saying? What are you saying? You're not, surely they couldn't do anything like that. That's what people will tell you about the narcissist. Surely they couldn't do anything like that. Surely they won't do anything like that. That's what people will tell you. Oh, they're just so nice. They're just so kind. They're just so whatever. Oh, that's what they'll tell you about the narcissist. And they will have you believing that you are the one that needs help. Because for the narcissist, their outward facing image, oh, it's everything to them. But you, behind closed doors, you're the person who deals with the torture. You're the person who deals with all of the anger. You're the person who gets all of the projection. It's your fault. Because, see, they're afraid of other people. They're afraid, and also they want to maintain a good image with certain people. And there's also this phenomenon with the narcissist of the scapegoat. And I certainly hope you all can hear me very well, because I hear some guys who are to my right, and they're like screaming. But it is a coffee shop. And I realize that's what people do in the coffee shop, right? But anyway, friends, I just wanted to take some time to reflect and I think what is happening is, I think all of us are processing when we see these sorts of things that are happening. I think all of us are processing. I think all of us are trying to get a greater understanding of what is going on in our community is what I think. And I don't know that the answers come easily. I really don't. I don't know that they will come easily. I don't know that they will come right now. I think I'm still processing, and this is part of my processing. This is part of my trying to understand like what has happened in our community. Why is there so much hate, and why is there so much rage in our community? And I just don't know that I have the answer right now. Number one, and also I think that there are probably multiple answers to that question. Number two, but in and of itself, and in it all, I just want to say to you, just be careful, and especially to my ladies, for those of you who are in relationship, please be careful. Please, can you think about just being careful? Can you think about whenever you see something that looks wrong, just not taking it for granted? If you see something that just doesn't quite sit right, don't hesitate on it. Think about it. Take a little time to think about it. Can you do that for me? Because what I'm concerned about, and I think about the case with Ashley Janae. Here's what's come out in several of the reports. What's come out in several of the reports is, excuse me, sneezing today. Goodness gracious. Time for some sinus meds. But here's what's come out in several of the reports. She asked for a charger for her phone, right? But she also asked the gentleman or whoever she was dealing with to come back and check on her in a few minutes. So she must have been concerned about being there by herself. She must have been concerned. She must have had a little bit of fear or worry about something. So the question is, what was that? Did she suspect that something was going to happen? Is there something that he'd done to her that made her concerned, worried, or have some fear? When you get that feeling, when you get that sense of fear, you need to listen to it and don't ignore it, friends. I don't have any answers as of yet, other than to say be doubly, triply, quadruple careful. Follow your first mind. And it's always, always okay to step back. It's always, always okay to pause. It's always, always okay to think on it and to put a little distance between it. It's always okay. There's never it's never wrong to put distance between it. It's never wrong to do that. All right? Narcissism is real. Narcissists attack their people that I'm not going to say victims because I think that's giving them too much power, but they have certain people that they certainly attack. What you have to understand is you're not a victim. And you also have to understand that you don't deserve the terror, the disrespect, the dishonor that narcissist has assigned to you, my friend, okay? I'm Kisa. I'm Coach K, endeavoring to be more visible on this platform. I shoot videos all the time, and you really like my content on narcissism. So I'm just endeavoring to be more visible and just to talk to you a little bit more on this channel. So how long have I been on here? 18 minutes, or has it been 10? Almost 20 minutes. That's probably a good time frame for me, about 20 minutes. So you are more than welcome. I'm actually going to put it in here at kisasharp.info. That is how you can set up an appointment with me, a complimentary coaching call, right? Look, it's Saturday, and sometimes we have these ideas about a style that in our head just looks so good. And as I'm looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know how that's working out with these twists. So this is kind of like a little style in which I thought, let me just twist my hair and see how that looks. But it's like, maybe I should take it down. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So you all have a great day. I'm Keisha Sharp, Coach K. You can go to my homepage, keisasharp.info. And what you can do at keisasharp.info is get on there and you can set up right on my main page. You're able to set up a complimentary call for me. Actually, let me go ahead and pull it up. I'm going to let you look at the page because I'm able to actually pull it up and share now that I'm understanding how to utilize the YouTube live platform, for which I'm so excited about, y'all. I just don't know what to do. I'm excited. So I'm going to show you the page, keisasharp.info. And on this page, you're actually going to be able to go immediately and book a call. I literally tell you who I am. I literally tell you what I do. And I literally have posted on there for you to be able to book a call. Okay, did it just go blank on the screen? I'm staring. Okay, am I coming back now? Literally, it went blank on the screen. Let me try that again. Maybe I don't have it set up in YouTube Studio. Maybe that's part of the problem. Let me try to share another page. I'm trying to, there it is. All right, let me try that again. I just figured out something, right? Let me try this again. Let me put these glasses on. It has a prompt up here. Bear with me 1 second. Sharing this studio.youtube. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! That is my website. So I know part of what I have to do. Part of what I have to do is go in and study a little bit on YouTube Studio and see what's going on. Yeah. So anyway, that's my site. And as you can see right there on the main page, you're actually able to book a call with me. All right. You're able to book a call and we can chat. No judgment. I'm not trying to charge you anything. Listen, I may not be the life coach who's a good fit for you. I may not be. Friends, I may not be. And guess what? That is okay. I don't try to sell, because what I believe in life is I believe that life is aligned. So I believe that when you're supposed to work together, it just aligns and it's very peaceful. I just believe when it aligns, it aligns and it's very peaceful. Sort of like your hands kind of aligning to fit together, right? So book a call. I recently went through and changed my website. There's some other things that I have on my site, but for purposes of what I'm doing today, I want you to understand, right? I want you to understand how to navigate your relationship with a narcissist. And I also want to encourage you to follow me on TikTok. In fact, let me go to TikTok and let me get my link to TikTok, because I want you to follow me there as well, because I spend a lot of time talking through how to navigate narcissistic relationships. And I get brutally honest on it, y'all. I really do. I get brutally honest on how to navigate and how to do so with a smile on your face, is what I like to say, right? With a smile on your face. So let me go to my page. Let me view my profile. I am going to copy. All right. I'm actually going to come back here. I'm actually going to share it in the chat. All right. So for those of you who would also like to talk to me, you can go to my TikTok channel as well. And I'm always posting little quick videos and sometimes going live there too on TikTok. Okay. So this is Kisa. It's Coach K. I come on here for about 20 minutes and talk through how to help you navigate narcissism. That's about my standard. This is my little, what is that? That's my purse. Moving that out of the way. It's messing up my little feng shui, right? So anyway, I'm probably going to go grab me another something to drink here in my shop. One of my shops that I love. I love to hang out at coffee shops. If I could hang out during the week. This summer, I have an assignment I'm working on now, but this summer, I'm actually going to, I'm planning to spend more time in here. I'll probably be here every day. And I'll have to figure out something, work out a deal with them on buying something every day, because I will be here most days in one of my little coffee shops that I enjoy. So this is Kisa. Stop sharing the screen and I'll come back here. It's Kisa, Coach K. You can see some other customers are coming in to the coffee shop today to enjoy their wonderful selection of matchas and everything else. And just want to say to you, and this shop actually is Bandito. It's actually Bandito on the south side, on Birmingham south side. Wonderful little shop, great little flavor. I don't know if you hear the music that has kind of been going in the background. So it's definitely got a whole vibe going here, right? For Saturday morning coffee, for some meetings. People meet right behind me. I kind of love the little vibe. Can you see the wallpaper there? It's really cute. Got a cute little characteristic here, and highlight some other great spaces here in the Birmingham area. Really nostalgic places. Like I said, it's just got a really cool vibe, and I love how they have come in and just really have been a part of the community. And another thing I can't wait for is next door. They're actually going to open up a brunch spot, so I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. I'm a big brunch person, right? I'm like, if I could, I'd invite all of you to brunch with me. So I don't know that I said anything earth-shattering as it relates to narcissism, but part of my heart is to be able to just provide a space for us to be able to talk it through. I believe that there's so much value in us just being able to talk it through and just process. And processing doesn't mean you always come up with the answers. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what makes a successful man snap on his lady. I mean, that's not as part of my psyche. We all can Google the reasons. We can all Google some of the other things that history and other cases have shown us, but I don't know what was going on inside those individual cases. Either way, my heart rings out, and I want to send a tribute to those children who were the victims in Louisiana. 7, 8 of them. I don't have the specific number right now, but my heart goes out. May their memory never be forgotten in that community in Shreveport. May their memory never be forgotten. Never. The two ladies, girlfriend, wife, connected to Shamar Elkins. May they pull through this and God give them supernatural strength to move forward, to go forward after the traumatic event. Mrs. Fairfax, may her memory, I believe it's Serena, may her memory move on, live on. Thank God that the children are still here, but what torture, what anger that you may have to fight through to just live. These, my friends, are different days. These are evil days, my friends. The family of Ashley Janae, what they have to move through and work through. May their name, may their legacy never be forgotten. All of these brown-skinned sisters. There are others. Sotomayor, Mrs. Sotomayor Bowen, I believe. Sotomayor Bowen. I believe it was Nancy Sotomayor Bowen, who was the vice mayor in Florida. May her memory never be forgotten. These are terrible and evil days. This young lady climbing through the ranks of the Democratic Party, a giver. People loved her. She was passionate about her community. And her own husband, this beautiful brown-skinned woman, I think she was of Haitian descent. I just think about all of them. I think about others. I would do a disrespect by not just extending my heart to the others who have been affected by senseless violence, whether it be at the hands of their partners or otherwise. There was a case out of Ohio. I believe it was Warren, Ohio. A mother ended up getting shot in the head. Young kids came through her house, shot. apparently a feud going between, I guess, one of her children. But she was hit, daughter was hit. Unfortunately, the mother did not pull through. Sometimes I'm just speechless, y'all. People who deserve to live, people who are fighting battles that they should not have to fight, because some in our community have made some really bad decisions. We can talk a little bit more later about why, but right now, some people have made some really bad decisions, and there are others who are paying for it, and some are paying the ultimate price unnecessarily. Listen, I'm Kisa, Coach K. We're at the 30-minute mark, and that's all I have for you on this Saturday. For those of you who will see this replay, would love to know your thoughts about it. I'm going to be on here on Saturdays and just sharing and talking, so you will get to know me. You will get to know this person who has lived through narcissism, this person who works with clients frequently who have narcissistic spouses, who have narcissistic parents. So my goal is to help you to overcome, or if you're right in the middle of it, how to push through and come out on the other side safely. I'm Kisa, Coach K. KisaSharp.info if you would like to set up a one-on-one complimentary call with me to see if we would be a good match to work together. I'll see you all later. Have a great day.